Hey guys, it is Jess with Watch Kitty Shrink, and I thought I would hit you all with an actual update video talking about my weight and everything. So, the main topic of this video is going to be regain. I know that my regain is not much, but it's enough to bother me. We'll get into all of that. In case this is your first time here, I'm Jess. I'm 31 years old. On August 23rd, 2016, I had weight loss surgery. I had that with Dr. Amy Johnson at Pikeville Medical Center in Pikeville, Kentucky. My highest weight ever was in April of 2016, and it was 285.0. My surgery weight was 255.4. My lowest weight ever recorded was this time last year, so in April of 2018, and it was 140.9. My current weight is 153.9. So I'm exactly 13 pounds up from my lowest weight. I think I've talked about this before, maybe on my last update video, but I've been kind of battling this 13 pounds for about 8 to 9 months now. I did not see that lowest weight for very long at all. Now, I am so appreciative of my weight loss surgery. I would never, ever regret that. And still, I'm upset. I've got to work on this regain, but still, being 135 pounds down, I can't even be mad. You see what I'm saying? Like, I never thought this would be my life. I want to get that out of here. If you all watch some of my old videos, my goal was to weigh, I think, 190 pounds and to be a size 12. Like I said, right now I weigh 153 and I'm a size 4. I never expected that to be my life, so I'm not like mad at myself. The biggest thing that has come from my weight loss is I've been working a lot on my mental health too, and I'm so past that whole punishing myself thing. My whole life I struggled with my weight, and I would gain weight and then I would hate myself and I would punish myself and I would only serve to eat more. It was like a vicious cycle. Eating more made me feel better for a second, and then it made me feel worse. So I would eat more and feel better, and then worse, and then better, and then worse. I'm not punishing myself. I've got to get it under control, and that's all there is to it. I know I've said this before, but my mind just has not been in it, and we're changing that, but that's okay too. If for the rest of my life I have to battle between 140 and 153, coming from somebody who was a size 26 when this whole thing started, I ain't even gonna be mad about it, guys. But I do have to get it under control, because 13 pounds of regain can turn into so much more, and that thought is terrifying. And here lately, I have not been feeling very confident at all. I haven't liked any full body pictures of me. I don't even like pictures, like selfies. And that's just not me. I'm somebody who's always loved to have my picture taken. I'm an only child. Obviously, I'm on Instagram a lot, so I do enjoy taking pictures. And I didn't work this hard to all of a sudden stop being confident. I've wasted too long of my life not being confident, when I could just put a stop to it now and get my act together. So, I think my last couple of videos too, I'd been talking about my anxiety. It came back full force. My anxiety was never cured, but I guess other things had took precedent over it, and my anxiety kind of took a back seat, and it just hopped right on over into the driver's seat for a while. I'm doing a little better. It's starting to be springtime, which means my seasonal affective disorder has gone away some, and that's a really big deal. I'm just feeling better than I have felt in a while, and it feels really good to kind of feel motivated. I get angry at myself when I'm motivated for like 2 weeks and then it goes away, but I really kind of, like yesterday, yeah, I seen a picture of myself from this time last year, and I just remember how confident I felt, how flat my stomach looked, how good mentally I felt, and I know that I can get back there. Like I said, I don't hate my body the way it is now, but I certainly was more confident before. So I know what I need to do. It's not going to be easy. As far as the nutrition part, I'm not necessarily kicking that into high gear until later in April, because my family's coming in 3 days, I know we're going to be doing some cute review videos, and we're going to be, my cousins bake a lot of keto treats, and so I'll be trying some of those. I'm not going to be too strict. I don't want to set myself up for failure, because I know when they come in, I'm going to enjoy myself, within reason, of course. But I'm definitely stepping up my exercise. Every single morning, I walk between 1 and 2 miles. It just depends. And I have time in the evenings, but I just don't work out again. So I am going to make myself work out 5 days a week, at least once a day. But 3 of those days needs to be twice a day. I've got to get used to moving my body more. Just simple things I used to do, even like at work, if I would go to the bathroom, while I was in there, I would take 10 laps around the bench before I would go back to my seat. Just something to keep my body moving a little bit more. Because when you sit for 8 hours a day, it's hard to get yourself used to moving. And I was so proud of doing that, and I've just slacked. I've gotten very, very lazy with my body. So I've been back to doing that. I've actually been back to walking before work for probably 2 months now, but I'm going to add in the after work too. Now, I'm also going to be doing better about my mindful eating. I've gotten back into a habit of eating whenever I want to and saying, oh, but it fits into my macros. That's not necessarily keto, and I'm not going to get into like the big keto debate, but there's also like the people who are like, there's 2 different diets. There's keto, and then there's if it fits into my macros. And I've definitely been playing the if it fits into my macros game. I've been having a whole lot of snacks. Been eating really, really often because I still can't eat a lot. It's just, you know, I've gotten back into old habits. I've always liked food. Before weight loss surgery, I actually never had a sweet tooth. Now I've discovered these keto treats, and I kind of do have a sweet tooth. So here's what I'm going to do after, I think it's April 22nd that I'm going to start. No more of my keto treats for an entire month, because those treats are fine in moderation. But I am not someone who is good at moderation. That's why I picked keto in the first place. Now, there are many different types of people in this world. There are people who are really good at balance, and doing a super strict diet like keto actually triggers them to do worse. Like they can have one cookie and not have another one for 6 months and be fine. And then there are people like me who I have no control. Balance doesn't work for me because one treat turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into one treat on the weekends, turns into one treat every single day, 2 treats every single day, 3 treats every single day. I do not have control. And I know that about myself, but I sort of let myself forget that for a little while. And I've been having keto treats like 2 and 3 every single day. So those treats are good. I'm still going to have some of them in my house because I'm never going to go the rest of my life without having a treat. But I feel like if I take a nice long break for an entire month, that'll kind of get me off of that dependence to them. So I mean things like Quest bars, Quest chips, Chalk Zero, that I'm really going to miss, Goodies mixes, Nui cookies, any of the things that are pre-processed, pre-made keto treats. I'm just going to stay away from them for an entire month. And in that month, I'm going to stay away from all artificial sweeteners. It's going to be tough, but I like tough. So like I said, some people do something this strict and they're like, oh, it made me crazy and I went and I binged. And that's fine. Some people do super good with balance, and I'm going to be honest, I'm jealous because I have never been able to do balance. Never. I do okay with like 90% of my life being super strict, and then like when I go on vacation, having that be my 10%. But even that is a slippery slope for me. I am someone who, the more strict the diet, the more tough the regimen, the more I have to think about it and put work into it, the better I'm going to do. So I think that I'm going to not be as bloated when I get away from the artificial sweeteners and the prepackaged snacks. And then I will slowly work them back into my diet as a treat, if I can. If I find that I am dependent on them again, then I will cut them back out. But that's something I've been thinking about doing for a while now. That's the biggest difference between this time last year and this time right now, is that I'm eating like 2 and 3 Chalk Zero bars a day. Do I make it fit into my macros? Yeah, but that's not necessarily keto, even though it's a sugar-free treat. So, like I said, I do want them in my house for when I do have like a sweet tooth. If you're good with balance, I'm definitely not knocking these companies. They've got me through a lot of things, and I swear to God, if it hasn't been for those companies, I probably would have gained a lot more weight because I was coping with food again, and it would have been the real deal, Holyfield, real sugar stuff. So, I'm grateful for those companies, so I'm not breaking up. We're just going on a break. But that's definitely my plan. Regain is no fun whatsoever. But I feel like I am working on it the best that I can. And that's kind of why I've not done an update. I kind of feel like a couple of months ago I did an update about it, and I really haven't done anything active to lose the weight, so I was a little embarrassed. But it's part of the process. It could be worse, but it certainly could be better. So yeah, there's where we are. I will keep you all updated. Love you all. Bye.